Hello students, today we are going to see about file handling functions in a C. First of all, you have to know what is a file. File is nothing but a collection of records. Record is nothing but a collection of fields. Field is nothing but a entity. For example, roll number, it is a field. Similarly, name, mark 1, mark 2, mark 3. So these things extended. Okay, all these collection of fields is referred as record, and each data for the field collectively known as record, and collection of records is known as file, and these file might be stored in a disk. Okay, it's a disk in the sense it is not in the memory as a file. So in another way, as this holds a data related to the content, it is called as data file. Data file stores the information permanently, and in future if you want any information related to that, you can access it and you can modify it, process it, and whatever the report you want, you can incur from that. In specifically file in C can be referred with the syntax as file asterisk FP. So the file is nothing but the reserved word. It should be in capital format and followed by the asterisk and followed by the variable name. So which means that asterisk refers pointer, and after that you are going to give a variable name. So that is referred as a file pointer. Here, to make the meaningful declaration, the file pointer to represent that, it is referred as FP. So which means that this particular variable will point a file. So here is a command. I am going to open a file with the specified file name and with the specified mode. Okay, before going into this, so you have to know what are all the basic operations that can be happened in file. So these are all the basic operations. You are going to name the file. After naming it, you are going to open it. You are going to read the data from the file. You are going to write the data into the file, and after any process has been done, it is required for you to close the file, which makes that the data what you have written or read or get confirmed. So these are all the basic operations. So let me come to the next part. So the IO functions for files are fopen, fclose. Fopen opens a file, or it might create a new file. So both operations can be done by fopen, and as the file is opened, after this processing is over, it is required to close. So for that, fclose function will be used, and all these four functions are referred as input and output functions to and from the file. So here normally in the case of normal functions, we use this function get C. So what get C will do is it incurs the input character from the keyboard, or you will enter the data in the monitor, and from there the data will be observed and it will be stored on the variable name. And similarly put C, it reads the value from the variable and it displays on the screen. But in the case of f get C and f put C, the function is reverse to that. So f get C will read the character from the file. So some data will be stored. So character by character, this f get C will read. And similarly, f put C, character by character, it writes into the file. So if you want to put some data into the file, you should go towards f put C, and you want to read a character from the file, so you should go towards the function f get C. And similarly, in related to this, you are having some functions also, that is string f get us, f put us. So in the case of f get C, you will get the character and it handles with the character, but in the case of f get us or f put us, deals with string. So f gets will read a string in the sense collection of characters, reads a string from the file, and f put as writes the string to the file. Okay, and apart from this, you are having two more functions, f printf and f scanf. It is a formatted IO functions. So in this case, f printf will write the data to the file, and fscanf will read the data from the file. And all these three functions deals with the random access file. So while going towards that, I will tell these things. Okay. So in the file open, we used to mention the mode. So that is the next part what we are going to deal with. So the mode, we are having 6 different modes. R. So if you mention in the R in the place of mode, okay, that is the meaning here. Okay, if you mention in the place of mode as R, the file will be opened in read mode, and if the mode is W, it will be in write mode, and if it is A, you are going to append the data with the existing data. Okay, and similarly R plus, you can read and write, both the operations can be done, and if it is W plus, you can write and then you can read, and in the case of A plus, you can append and read. Okay, so these R plus, W plus and A plus deals with 2 operations respectively. So let me see an example here. So you are going to get, you are going to declare the FP as a file pointer, and file name is a string. So here it specifies 20 characters. This 20 characters consist of file name with the extension. So extension will deal with dot, and after that you will have 3 characters. If it is a text file, we used to refer abc.txt. If it is a document file, so abc.doc. So accordingly, so here the file name, 4 characters will be for extension and remaining characters to mention the file name. Okay, and you are going to get the file name with the extension, and this value will be inserted here, and you are going to open the file. This particular file will write mode, and after opening, the file pointer FP will point that file, and if any problem with this, so the file is not opened, if file is not created, in such a cases FV will point the null value. Okay, so if any error, if a file is not open, automatically file will point the null pointer, and in that cases you can know that the information is displayed as cannot create the file, and if file is created, FP will point the particular file name or file, and in that case FP will not be null, it comes to the else part, you can have the intimation that file is created. Okay, so this is a simple program where you can get the file in a write mode, and you can make the file pointer to point on that. Okay, and already we see this might be the syntax for it. You are going to have the string and the number of characters, for how much characters you want to get from the file, and the value from the file will be put up on this string mentioned variable name. So how many values, how many characters you can mention it, and that number of characters will be read from the file, and that will be in string, and after that if you use printf and print that string, the value that is read from the file will be displayed on the console, on the monitor. And similarly, the string what you are going to write into the file can be mentioned here, and whatever the string it is mentioned, that will be right up on the file where the FP is pointing. And similarly, this might be the syntax, f get c, you are going to get the character, one character, it might be alphabetic, or it might be numeric, or it might be special character, whatever the case, wherever the file pointer is pointing, a character, one character will be read, and that will be stored in this character variable name, and if you print that character variable, and that particular character will be printed on the screen. And similarly for f put c, you can directly mention the character with single quotes, or even you can also refer the variable name to get the character to write into the file. So this might be the syntax for it. And the next example, so here I am going to write a string into the file. So FP, the file name already I didn't like to get the input as a file name. Directly I have mentioned colon with the file name. Here the file name is test.txt. I am going to open that in write mode. If this not created, FP will point null and it displays a message. If it is created, it comes to the else part and it intimates you that file is created. And after that I am putting this I study CSIT into the file. Okay, and after that the file gets closed. And next example, I am going to open the same file in read mode, and I am declaring the string, that is a character of S array. S refers the string, and I am reading 19 characters from the file pointer, and that will be stored in S, and after that I am printing that whatever the content read from the file will be displayed here. So continuing that, so next program, so in the previously we had read, write, and here I am going to open the file in append mode. So existing string is nothing but I study CSIT. So the same file test.txt I am reading here, and the same text file is appended. So with that I am going to append the string in CAB. So after the file is opened and it is in append mode, the file pointer will come to the end of the particular string what we have write. So the previously we have written I study CSIT. So as the file opened in append mode in that program, the file pointer will point next to this T, and after that it writes in CAB, and that will be stored in the same file. So this is the thing called append mode.